Ever wondered how Robert Kiyosaki turned his $800,000 debt into wealth? Well, let's take a step back to where it all began. Born in 1947 in Hilo, Hawaii, Kiyosaki was raised in a family that valued education and hard work. His father, a teacher, and his mother, a nurse, instilled in him the importance of traditional education. But it was his friend's father, whom he affectionately calls his rich dad, who introduced him to a different kind of education, one that focused on financial literacy and entrepreneurship. Kiyosaki's early careers were diverse. He served as a helicopter gunship pilot during the Vietnam War, started a company that brought to light the first nylon and Velcro surfer wallets, and even dabbled in real estate. But these ventures led him to his first big financial challenge, a staggering debt of $800,000. But it was in the face of adversity that Kiyosaki's true financial prowess emerged. In the early 1980s, Kiyosaki found himself in a financial hole, owing $800,000 in debt. Now, this wasn't a result of reckless spending or a love for luxury goods. Instead, it was the aftermath of a business venture that didn't go as planned. Kiyosaki, always the entrepreneur at heart, had set his sights on a new opportunity. He started a company that brought to the market an innovative product. But as with many pioneering ventures, the road was fraught with challenges. Production issues, market acceptance, and stiff competition all played a part in the company's eventual demise. Unfortunately, when the company went under, it left behind a sizable debt of $800,000. The magnitude of this debt was overwhelming. To put it into perspective, the average cost of a house in the 1980s was around $50,000. Kiyosaki owed the equivalent of 16 homes. This debt was a colossal burden, and it had a profound impact on Kiyosaki's life. He found himself in a seemingly insurmountable financial pit, one that would have driven many to despair. The weight of such a debt could have easily broken a lesser man. It could have pushed him to the brink, led him to consider options like declaring bankruptcy. After all, it's a legal way out, a chance to start anew. But Robert Kiyosaki is no ordinary man. This debt, as crushing as it was, became a defining moment in his life. It was a moment that could have marked the end of his entrepreneurial journey. Instead, it became a turning point, a challenge to overcome. It served as a catalyst for change, and sparked a relentless pursuit of financial education and independence. Kiyosaki saw this debt not as a death sentence, but as a lesson to be learned. He understood that it was his responsibility to manage his financial situation no matter how dire it seemed, and so he chose to face the challenge. But instead of declaring bankruptcy, Kiyosaki decided to tackle his debt head-on. With a mountain of debt and a determined spirit, Kiyosaki embarked on a journey to financial recovery. He faced an uphill battle, but armed with his knowledge, experience, and unyielding resolve, he began to strategize his way out of the red and into the black. Kiyosaki's first order of business was to recognize his situation, not as a pit of despair, but as an opportunity for growth. He understood that the first step to overcoming debt was to change his mindset. He began to see debt as a hurdle to be overcome, not a pitfall to be avoided. Next, he turned to his investment strategies. Kiyosaki is a staunch believer in investing in assets that produce income. He focused on real estate investments, capitalizing on his knowledge and understanding of the market. He used each investment as a stepping stone, steadily climbing his way out of debt. But Kiyosaki didn't stop there. He also turned to financial education. He understood that knowledge is power, and the more he knew about money, the better he could navigate his financial situation. He read books, attended seminars, and continually sought to expand his financial knowledge. He knew that the key to overcoming debt was not just in making more money, but in understanding how to manage it better. Kiyosaki also made a point to surround himself with financial advisors and mentors. He understood the value of learning from others' experiences and insights. He built a network of trusted individuals who could provide him with advice, encouragement, and perspective on his financial journey. But perhaps the most important aspect of Kiyosaki's approach was his unwavering commitment to his financial recovery. He didn't let setbacks deter him. Instead, he saw them as opportunities to learn and grow. He stayed the course, kept his eyes on the prize, and remained steadfast in his determination to overcome his debt. Through his strategic approach, Kiyosaki managed to turn his debt into wealth. His journey serves as a powerful reminder that with the right mindset, strategies, and determination, overcoming debt is not only possible, but it can also lead to incredible financial growth. Not all debts are created equal, according to Kiyosaki. This is a central tenet in Robert Kiyosaki's financial philosophy. Let's delve into his concept of good debt and bad debt, and how he utilized this to amass his wealth. In the world of finance, debts are often viewed as liabilities, but Kiyosaki challenges this traditional perception. He proposes the idea that there are two types of debt, good and bad, and understanding the difference between them can be a game changer. Bad debt, as Kiyosaki defines it, is debt that takes money out of your pocket. This is the kind of debt that most people are familiar with. It's the debt you incur when you buy things you can't afford or don't need, like an expensive car or luxury items on credit. These debts don't generate income, they only increase your expenses. Bad debt is a burden and a hindrance to financial freedom. On the other hand, good debt is debt that puts money into your pocket. Sounds counterintuitive, right? But bear with me. Good debt involves borrowing money to invest in assets that generate income and appreciate over time, like real estate or businesses. For instance, if you borrow money to buy a rental property and the rental income covers your debt payments and provides a profit, that's good debt. Kiyosaki's approach to good debt is strategic and calculated. He leverages debt to invest in cash-flowing assets, using other people's money to increase his wealth. This may sound risky, and indeed it requires financial literacy and careful management, but when done right, it can significantly accelerate wealth accumulation. It's important to note that Kiyosaki's concept of good debt and bad debt is not a license to borrow recklessly. It's a strategic approach to using debt as a tool to build wealth, rather than a trap that leads to financial distress. By understanding the difference between good and bad debt, Kiyosaki was able to use debt to his advantage. This understanding is a key element in his journey to financial freedom and wealth. It's a powerful concept that challenges traditional financial wisdom and offers a different perspective on how to use debt to your advantage. From a debt of $800,000, Kiyosaki transformed his financial situation to become a multi-millionaire. For Robert Kiyosaki, the road to riches was not paved with gold but with knowledge, strategy, and perseverance. His journey from debt to wealth is a tale of overcoming odds, challenging conventional wisdom, and leveraging opportunities. Kiyosaki's wealth-building strategy was built around the concept of investing in assets, particularly real estate. He realized that by purchasing properties and renting them out, he could generate a steady stream of income that would not only cover his expenses, but also provide him with a surplus. Over time, his real estate portfolio grew, and so did his wealth. But Kiyosaki's real estate investments were not his only avenue to wealth. He also understood the value of intellectual property and how it could be monetized. This led him to write and publish his best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book, which offers unconventional financial advice, became an international sensation, selling millions of copies worldwide. The success of Rich Dad, Poor Dad not only skyrocketed Kiyosaki's wealth, but also established him as a respected authority in the field of personal finance. Kiyosaki's story is not just about financial success, but also about challenging conventional wisdom and daring to take the road less traveled. His investment strategies were often considered unconventional, even controversial, but they proved to be effective. He didn't just follow the crowd, he carved his own path, and in doing so, he found success. It's also important to note that Kiyosaki's journey was not without its challenges. He faced numerous obstacles and setbacks along the way, but he didn't let these challenges deter him. Instead, he used them as learning experiences, opportunities to grow and improve. Kiyosaki's story serves as a powerful reminder that with the right knowledge and strategies, even the most daunting financial challenges can be overcome. Today, Robert Kiyosaki is not just a wealthy man, but a financial educator who has changed the way millions of people view money and debt. With his finger always on the pulse of financial trends, Kiyosaki continues to guide those who are eager to navigate the complex world of money. He is a regular speaker at international conferences, sharing his wisdom and insights on the importance of financial education. His books, including the best-selling Rich Dad, Poor Dad, continue to be a beacon for those seeking financial independence. Kiyosaki's teachings have made a significant impact worldwide. He has empowered countless individuals to take control of their financial futures, transforming their understanding of money from a source of stress into a tool for wealth creation. His emphasis on financial literacy and investment strategies has challenged traditional views and inspired a new generation of savvy investors. From his $800,000 debt to his current status as a financial guru, Robert Kiyosaki's journey is a testament to the power of financial education and strategic investing.